Wax, you have multiple options available to you. You can do some short-term locum contracting, or you can do permanent contracts. We have staff that will be employed by us as casuals. They'll work for us for 3 months a year, go and have 3 months holiday. Through that 3 months a year where they're working with us, they can work anywhere.
So I'm working as a locum, and places I've been a locum at in Western Australia is I've been to Kalgoorlie, I've been to Carnarvon, I've been to Karratha, I've been to Headland.
A lot of the sites will have permanents there. So you might look at a 2-year contract in Kununurra, you might absolutely love it and go, I'm going to stay. And that's usually what happens with Wax. People think, oh, I'm just going to take a short-term contract, and they end up staying. So with all the regions, there's one site that we call a regional resource hub. They are insured to have general X-ray, they'll have ultrasound, and they'll have CT at a minimum, as well as portable X-ray and theatre X-ray. We like to multi-skill all our staff. You don't get bored, your skill level is improving, but also because then you can go on call. A major component of working with Wax is performing on call. So on call is always X-rays and CTs, so we've got to upskill ourselves and our colleagues to make sure that they can work at that level. When it comes to more technical assistance, we have 24/7 access to radiologists. If you think that it's not quite needing a radiologist input, there's always a senior radiographer. In the working environment in the hospital, you get to work very closely hand in hand with nurses, doctors, specialists that we just would never get to work with at the metro sites. In that close relationship, I think it builds our knowledge and probably our expertise. So we become a lot more confident because they rely on us a lot more.
You'll see a bit of everything. Whereas in a tertiary centre, you're one of, say, 50 radiographers, so you're just not as exposed as here. We get to know the nurses, the doctors, the orderlies. We all work together as a big team. It's like a big family here in the country.
If you want to speed your career up, Wax is a great option. So it's a very good way of learning skills that will take you many years to get in the metros.
So in terms of being in the country and getting the training for CT, it's a lot quicker. If you were in metro, there's like a wait list, so you'd probably expect a few years. Whereas in the country, as soon as you get started, you get the CT training, so it's a matter of months. I did my CT training in Kalgoorlie, very busy hospital. You get a lot of trauma patients, so you get the very difficult stuff. And in terms of learning, that's what you want. And I got my training in a matter of months as well. I was able to perform on-call shifts, weekend shifts, and the solo night shifts by myself. In terms of ultrasound, there's the country scheme. They take on 2 people per training period. Basically, they pay for your training in full. They pay for you to go back to Perth to get trained in Fiona Stanley Hospital. Then you come back to the country, then you just practice, and that usually goes on for about 2 years.
I did that in Derby, so I'd fly down to Perth for blocks of about a month, a few times a year, to upskill in a different area of ultrasound, and then I'd come back to Derby and continue getting my hours up in Derby.
Probably the biggest financial incentive working for Wax is the on-call. In your hub centres or even your single sites, you'll find that you'll make a significant amount more money in your on-call. You'll also be allowed to have some hospital accommodation.
I'm staying at an apartment complex. It's very well furnished. I've got a dishwasher, I've got a dryer, cleaner, everything you need. Decent space. We've got a pool, we've got a barbecue. Honestly, could not complain. The people that also stay in apartments are other doctors and nurses. So there's friendly faces all around you. As a locum medical imaging technologist, we actually pay no rent. The hospital covers it all.
Come and give the Wax country life a go. The outdoors, there's so much more to see. You've just got so much more flexibility, and you'll find yourself with so much more time up here working with such a quality team. I love about living in Broome because we can jump in our car and within half an hour we're setting up our camper trailer, we're sitting on a beach, watching the sunset go down, and there is no one else around.
We've had a massive growth in the sort of work that we're doing at the moment. Whilst our sites are still the same number, the examinations that we're performing is significantly increased. So we need more staff. We'd be a great place for people to look for employment. We're very flexible, we're great for families, we know that people want to move around. We want to make ourselves the premier option for employment when people are graduating or just coming to WA to look for work. We want to stand out from the crowd and we want people to know that we are a great place to work for.